Here we are. We are live. It is another episode of the Speak Your Mind show. Got a great lineup for you this evening. My good buddy, my bestie, is helping me co-host the show tonight. Got a great guest, great special guest in the industry, doing some pretty cool stuff, and I'm sure you all gonna love what he's got to say. And who knows? Maybe he can steer you in the right direction if you are a talent yourself and are interested in, I don't know, singing, maybe writing as a performer, okay? Because that's what this gentleman does. And we're going to find out a lot more about him because I found out that there's also another big artist out there by the same name. And I'm going to ask this gentleman, all about this, how many times he has to deal with that. As we go live. But as you guys know how I like to do it, the show begins now. What's going on, folks out there, everybody? Uh, as my boy Johnny Lang says, in the great state of Dundalk, and everyone else, of course, out there, welcome to another episode of Speak Your Mind. And we got a great guest tonight. My special co-host is also on standby. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Johnny Lang real quick. What's up, Johnny?
Hey, Derek. Glad to be here on the Speak Your Mind show. Always nice to hang out with you. Of course, I mean I'm not like any other day, of course, because I never see you.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you invited me. I appreciate it. Really looking forward to to meeting your guest, and also I have some questions for him. We had a little conversation pre-show, but now he, with what he does, and also as you said earlier, his name is so, which is kind of interesting and a little humorous. I'm not so sure if he'll feel that way,
I know.
but I sure feel that way. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
looking forward to it. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, well, me too. And again, thanks for joining the show. You and I, we have a blast, and like you said, we hardly ever see each other. It's a
Right.
shame how much time we spend apart. Right? Everybody knows us. It's a joke. I was picking up Leah just real quick. I was picking up Leah from school today. This is a true story, Johnny. Okay.
Yeah.
And one of her teachers or whoever this guy is was like, "Oh, if it isn't you're one of Johnny Lang's friends," as I'm picking up my daughter from school. So it's like, geez, everybody
And that
knows
guy's
who.
a teacher, huh? Questionable.
Yeah, exactly.
Questionable teacher choice right there. Be Johnny Lang fan.
I mean, like, how do you know everybody? And he started rattling off all these names. Anyway, so yeah, we definitely are known in this area, in this part of town, and spreading quite rapidly. But let's bring in somebody else whose name is spreading quite rapidly, and he goes by the name of Alan C. Jackson. Alan C. Jackson. How you doing, Alan? How are you, sir?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Hey, Alan, I'm sorry because he's starting with me. And he put your middle initial, whether it was to separate you from you know who. We're going to talk about that. But what's the C? I mean, now because the only thing I can think about is that one song about the Chattahoochee, and it's like, is that the if your middle name was Chattahoochee, that would be amazing. Is that what you're doing, Derek?
No, not quite, but I definitely have to use that C because, of course, Alan Jackson is a really popular country singer. So a
Yeah,
lot of
right.
things
Yeah,
when I go to make moves with different things, I have to make sure I differentiate myself. And it's been some obstacles because, like I say, because he's such a popular singer and has been around for a while, I have to really be careful how I, present myself because you can actually get,
but it also could help you.
yeah, that's true.
Because if somebody says, like, I mean, obviously you're good at what you do it for a living, but here's the thing. Somebody says, oh, Alan Jackson, and then they come and they listen and you're like, dang, this is really good. And then that's two pretty good Alan Jacksons.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Never know how it's going to work out.
No.
I mean, so if somebody were to, like, when you tell people how to find you online, I mean, what do you say? It would seem as though you have to be specific because, I thought automatically I was just waiting to see you pop up. And shame on me. See, I don't know this country singer Alan Jackson. So when I seen Alan Jackson, I'm like, who is this
He
guy?
ain't been around for a while.
Yeah.
I
Well,
got to know him a long time ago because people started asking, was I him on the phone and things like that. So I
Oh,
started doing my research. I said, I got to find out who this is. This guy's real popular. And I like his music.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever met him?
I wish. No, I have never met him. I like the
That would
music.
be that
I'm
bucket
sure he'd be
list.
interested to know
Get
who I
Alan
am.
Jackson to meet Alan Jackson. So,
I got,
Alan,
I got a
you're
song I wrote for him.
huh?
I actually got a song I wrote for him.
Oh, you have a
yeah.
song that you wrote for him?
Yeah, it's kind of a joke, but I really do have a country song that I wrote.
Oh,
Wow.
have you sent it to him?
No, I never tried to get it to him. When I done it, it was like just no. But
That would be awesome.
you never
Could you
know.
imagine if he sang a song
It was
about
kind of started
himself,
off as a fun song trying to
written
do.
by
It
Alan
would be
Jackson, but not
Written
himself?
by Alan Jackson, but not himself.
right, right.
Hey, that could be a
That's
confusing
why I got such a
partnership.
kick out of it. Definitely.
But
That is,
you're mostly your genre is a gospel and R&B.
Yeah,
Uh,
mostly. That's what I grew up. That's what I fell in love with growing up. I listened to all music growing up as from the time I was a kid, but I definitely fell in love with R&B and came from a spiritual background through my mother. So grew up with a lot of gospel and R&B. But
when
I listened to everything.
when in your life did you decide that? You're a lover of all music, but when did it hit you, or when did you realize that you had that talent? Look, I mean, let's be
mhm.
honest. I just can't go out here and write an R&B song or a country song or a rock song or any song. I mean, that's that's
Yeah.
almost not almost. It's like being a poet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. I actually, excuse me,
Mhm.
noise here. Yeah, that's a good question. I actually uh, started writing around 18. I've kind of fell in love and knew I could sing around 10 because I used to just sing to. I put a song on, I sing the song from beginning to end, and I just love doing it. I've memorized every song that I listen to, and I would just sing it from beginning to end from the time I was a kid. And that's what I knew. I just was, in love with music, and I started trying to see what else I could do. I did piano lessons, I did a little guitar, but when I was around 18, I sat down and I wrote my first song, and I wrote it fairly quickly, and it was in correct format when I started presenting it to people. So I was like, wow, okay, maybe this is my thing here, writing. So that's how it all basically happened, and then I just started going from there. And over time, I just I tried to stay grounded spiritually, and I would always do my spiritual conversation and say, hey, look, you gave me this gift, I just need to tell me what to do with it. And eventually, I just had some situations happened that said, "Hey, okay, let's try. Let's do gospel. Let's use your gift in the right place." And that's how that all started. That's how I kind of drifted towards the gospel more so than anything else. The story is actually, if you got time, I got a quick story to tell you. I kind of was working with an R&B artist years ago. I'm sorry, producer years ago, and was just kind of praying on it to see where my talent was supposed to take me. And actually came to the studio one day, and he just told me that he was just going to primarily be doing gospel music. And that's when I said, like, kind of a bell went off, and I said, "Hey, okay, well, maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. Let's do it."
And that was it.
Yeah.
Now, I get all that, but I mean, but you're doing it. You're doing it to make a living. You're doing it to, I mean, you're doing it for other artists. I mean, obviously, as the writer, you get the writing credit, and but it has to be even harder to write material that someone else can relate to and embody when they perform it.
Not really. Not to cut you off, but not really. It's a natural occurrence because when I write songs, I don't sit down and say, "I'm writing a song for this person, I'm writing a song for that person." The song kind of comes to life first. And then after we get it done, we say, who would be right for this song? Right. Who would be right to match with this song? And then we reach out to that person, and that's how it happens. So I haven't had the task of somebody coming to me and saying, "Hey, I want you to write me a song." I mean, I have, but me and my producer, shout out to my producer, DJ Malik Moore, who I've been working with for some years now. We have a catalog, a pretty extensive catalog. So when people reach out to us, we've already got things that we can say, "Hey, well, let's just play something for you." And we'll start playing stuff, and they'll say, "Well, I like this, or I like that," or play that again." And then they'll say, "Well, let's do that one." So it's been a lot of fun. It's something that is therapeutic for me, and it's a blessing because it's not work. I got a line in one of my songs says, "It's not work when it's done for you." Most high.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you name some artists who you
so that's
written material for? Alan?
My latest artist we have a single for is a young lady by the name of Niaja Moore. She's out of Richmond. I'm sorry, Niaja Monroe. She's out of Richmond, Virginia. Very talented young lady.
Okay.
We got her a song called Inner Strength. And that song is now streaming on all streaming sites. Downloads, like you said, Alan C. Jackson featuring Asian. Gotta put this in there.
You gotta put that C in there. Yeah, I know you do.
I get to see.
Alan C. Jackson featuring Niaja, Inner Strength. Beautiful song that I wrote a while back with my producer, and he had been mentoring her from the time she was about a teenager. Now she's like mid-20s, and she did a beautiful job with it. And we're shopping it around now and trying to get it on all formats and just keep pushing it out there. It's doing well on some of the gospel charts also.
And that's what I was going to ask. I mean, there's obviously a pretty broad industry for gospel music. I mean, let's just face it. I'll be 100% honest with you. Guys like Johnny and I, we don't listen to gospel music, but we understand that it's out there, and there is it's an active genre, okay, for music, and there's a big community.
It's a genre,
Yeah. So how well is it? I mean, your people are profiting and able to make a living off of writing and singing gospel music.
Absolutely. It can be, it's not as profitable as the widespread rest of the industry, like rap and country and jazz. Well, not jazz, but R&B and mostly rap and country. Those things, those genres do quite well, But with me, it's just it's partial to you love to be able to make money doing it and make a living doing it totally, but it's also just honoring your calling and putting your gift out there to the world to try to make a difference or make a change in someone's life, So that's basically why I do it. I mean, I would be lying if I say I don't want to make a lot of money doing it, but at the same time, I accept the fact that, hey, it's going to be a little harder over here on this side. But, at the end of the day, if that's where your heart is, then you definitely want to go there.
You got to make. I totally feel you on that one. I mean, I'm just ventured out myself to a new project, and I love doing it. So I get that. If you love doing what you're doing, you're not really working.
Right.
You mentioned earlier though that you used to perform.
Mm-hmm.
When did you?
Yeah, I used to form I used to do a lot of talent shows coming up, and nightclubs, all different kinds of events. I went to the Apollo 1 year.
Wow.
Did pretty good there. I used to my passion when I was performing. My guys were Jeffrey Osborne, People Bryce, and Howard Hewitt, Alexander O'Neill. Those were my guys. So I knew all their material, could cover all their songs, for the most part. Don't have the voice that these guys have, but I could give it a run for it, buddy.
Hey, are you going to be able to say something to us? Are you going to be able to sing a little bit? Finish your statement though, but you're going to be able to sing a little bit?
I used to do pretty well, at these talent shows, and, had the ladies screaming a little bit,
And you wrote all your own songs.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I still have a catalog of R&B as well. Yeah, definitely.
And you said you've written some rap.
It goes back to when I was young. A little bit of rap. Do you remember back? You're not young cat, so I know you remember back. You're around my age. You remember back when every R&B song had a little rap interlude in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my very first song actually had a rap interlude in it. So things like that I continue to do through the years.
And what?
Yeah, it was
no, go ahead, man.
No, I was well. First and foremost, let's pause for a minute and give station identification real quick. Shouts out to both of my sponsors, Polak Johnny's and Edgemere. Johnny runs that store over there along with James McKinney. Great establishment. Get on over there. I don't know, where do you live at, Alan? What part of town?
I was born and raised in Washington, D.C. I still live here to this day. I still have family here. I live in Fort Totten, Northeast, right near, not far, a few blocks from the metro station.
Yeah, they don't know nothing about no Polak Johnny's up there.
Well, they're going to find out. If you look at the bottom of the screen there, Alan, 7216 North Point Road in Edgemere is the location. Come on down, man. I don't know have you ever heard of Polak Johnny's before? Have you ever heard of the establishment at all?
No.
Okay. Polak Johnny's has been around in Baltimore since 1921. Yeah. So it's like a Baltimore icon.
Wow.
But I'm sure there's restaurants in DC that are the same.
Okay. Oh, a lot of restaurants.
They've been around a million years.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably longer than that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
you. So what do you have going on now, Alan? Like what are you up to? Anything you got in the
we actually are working on a single that we wanted to get out before the end of the year, but it's so close down to the end of the year that we're going to wait till right around the first of the year to release our next single called Lord Have Mercy, and it's featuring Alec Wall. He's one of Kirk Franklin's artists, called the Walls Group. Him and his siblings, they have a group that are signed under Kirk Franklin, and then my producer reached out to him and actually had him do the second verse on the song on the song that we wrote, and we have another guy called Canvas that's going to do the first verse, and got another guy doing the last verse. So it's going to be really interesting. We're going to release that in January.
How is he doing, Kirk? He's been around for a long time. He's pretty much been the leader in gospel music as far as top of the charts. Is he still doing this thing like that? I mean, obviously with you guys.
Absolutely. He just, matter of fact, he was here Sunday. He sold out a venue here Sunday, and he's on tour now with the Clark Sisters and the guy. What is man? The guy with him and his wife, Tamla Mann, and You know the guy that was with Tyler Perry. Uh, oh man, I can't remember. I can't remember his name, his first name. You know the guy we used to wear the really colorful clothes, bald head
Oh
guy.
yeah, the bald head. I know you're talking about. I
Yeah,
can see his face.
well, yeah.
I don't know his
His
name.
wife's a god. His wife, the one who played his daughter on the show, she's actually a gospel artist, Tamla
Oh,
Mann, and
Wow.
he's touring with Kirk. They're both touring with Kirk also. So
So you've
oh
met
wow.
him personally. You know Kirk personally then.
I've met him, not like and sat down and talked, but we met and I've had exchanged words with him, and I actually gave him some music in the past. Yeah, so
Wow.
we always reach out to, we always try to network with different people in the circle, and try to keep, just try to stay in the loop, so that when things occur and when events happen, we can always have a way to tap in and get to work with different people. But I'm excited about this next single because it's somebody that's directly linked to him that's going to be on the single. So he'll get.
Yeah, and sorry too. There's a slight hesitation with
Yeah,
the feed, so I don't know if you're noticing on the show, but
yeah, a
so
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. So but yeah, for all intents and purposes, that is really amazing what you're doing to be able to work with talent at that level.
Mhm.
Again, a lot of people watching the show, they know there's a lot of gospel. Troy's watching the
Oh,
show. A lot of people who
oh,
listen to gospel music heavy. This will be a show that my mom loves. I was speaking to my mom today, and she told me that she settled my son down, her grandson down over the last couple of days by just letting him listen to some, the word, the gospel word in
Mhm.
the vehicle, listening to music where everyone's so used to listening to all that violence and music and everything. And my son actually thanked her. This is a true story. Johnny, I didn't even tell you this today. This is a true story. This happened yesterday. She calmed him down and he thanked her for playing that music for him, because I don't think we don't seek it. If you're not, I don't get in my vehicle and turn on gospel music, Alan. I'm being honest with you. I
And that's
love
a wonderful
Johnny.
thing.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I just wanted to say
Yeah, I
that.
was saying what she did was a wonderful thing because that's so much of what our youth lack today.
Hmm.
Uh, when they took prayers out of school and told
Yep.
you you couldn't beat your kid and all that stuff, this is why we got all this craziness going on. And so I
yeah.
think that guys like me are important because we want to keep that positive energy and that positive music out here to these young people and anybody, everybody, to try to touch people and let them know that there's different ways that you can change your life around and stay positive and stay in a good spiritual grounding by learning the word and doing. I'm not a pastor, I'm not a priest, but I feel like I was called to do something positive and something good for people out here that's doing good. And when you're doing good, you need something to even make you feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, the name of the show you were talking about is called Meet the Browns. That's our good buddy Troy Edwards, who just chimed in
Yeah,
there.
there you go.
Hey,
Meet the
Goose,
Browns.
what's up, bud?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it is
Yeah,
powerful. Yeah. Go ahead, Alan.
Troy's definitely familiar with everything I was talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Well, he's a good friend of ours, Johnny and mine. Former pastor himself. Just a real upstanding guy. Troy, he set this interview up. Of course, Troy. Any and everybody out there, Troy's probably have some kind of connection to him, or knows them because of all his time at Universal Records as well. And he just grew up
Hmm.
in the industry, in that genre of understanding. And like I said, he's done a lot of positive stuff for the community and everybody that he knows, including me. So, and
Hmm.
Johnny as well. So yeah, big shouts out to Deuce. He's watching the feed now.
Hmm.
And shouts out to everyone else out there that is watching the show tonight.
Yeah,
Uh,
hey,
just to
everybody.
just to recap, you see my good buddy up there, Johnny Lang. Our special guest this evening is Alan C. Jackson. He is a composer, producer, songwriter, and what else? What else do you have under your belt out there? And what do you have going on right now? This is kind of a loaded question of with a bunch of small questions all wrapped in one, but uh, also, where can we find some of your music at, so we can just check out what you've created?
All the like I said, all YouTube, all the streaming, all the music streaming sites is there, and basically I have a website, febfightentertainment.com, and you can check me out there. All the singles that we released are on there. But yeah, that's basically it. We're trying to get just about every streaming site and venue, and we want to start working on video too. That's another thing we want to do, especially for the second single. We're gonna definitely do a video for the second single.
You already got somebody to shoot your video. That's what we do over here. So we respectively manage and run our own production.
Hey,
and
I
also
definitely wanna,
someone to
talk,
star
you
in
know,
it.
when it's over.
He said someone to star in it, Alan.
Hey, anything's possible.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, I have an entertainment company. So does Johnny. They go by Fatherson Productions. The name of my company is Stroman Entertainment. You can see it in the back. Actually, if you look around, you can see all of our stuff. If you look at the bottom here, that's Fatherson's logo there, kind of in the center of all the logos. And if you continue to look, you can see myself and Johnny. That's the Baltimore Bomb. That's a collage of projects that we've been a part of and we've shot. So if you ever, need someone or even are interested in acting yourself, we'd love to get you in one of our projects or things that we do, and maybe even have some of your content. You might need to write. We might ask you to write something.
That would be amazing.
Yeah,
If you ever need a
write
soundtrack,
something interesting.
An original, an original
need a
Alan
soundtrack,
C.
let me know.
Jackson. We don't want no crappy country in our movies. We want R&B or gospel. Alan Jackson can get the hell out. We want Alan C. Jackson.
Hey, you know the crazy thing though, Alan? How cool is this? Sometimes when he's looking for himself, you might pop up, daggone it.
Yeah.
That's right. They'd be like, who the heck is this Alan C. Jackson?
I'm just waiting for him to send me one of his checks.
No, right? That would be great. Thank you. I mean, in the '90s and early 2000s, he was killing it. But you've been killing it for decades. So, Alan Jackson, he's done. So,
how long have you been writing and doing this? I don't know if you said, so forgive me if you've already mentioned that.
Like I said, since I was 18.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time. So I'm not going to ask you how old you are now, then.
Yeah.
That's very funny, Derek, because I'm older than you.
I'm 57.
57?
Oh, yeah. He's older than both of us.
Yeah. Were you 55, Johnny?
53.
53. Oh, my bad. My bad.
I'll be adding years to my. Man, it's really been nice talking to you, man.
Definitely. I appreciate it.
Enjoyed it, and seriously, we need to collaborate and get some. Wait, let me put it the other way. Get some music from from your catalog, and maybe one of the or would you maybe with Alan performing it? That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever you need, just let me know.
Have you ever performed in front of a big crowd? I'm talking
not more than maybe a couple thousand.
A couple thousand?
Come on.
No, I mean,
nothing more than a couple thousand. That's all.
I thought you were talking like that.
Holy crap!
I've never performed
5
in
and
front
10,000,
of
20,000, like that.
You said it so modestly. Oh yeah,
I know, but not just a couple.
Whatever.
I guess I thought you were talking about like the big stadiums and stuff. Like some people do the national anthem before the game and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and there's like 50,000 people.
Yeah, I've never done anything like that.
That's that's a lot.
Still, that's still a lot. Yeah, I've never performed in front of that, and I used to be an artist myself. I still kind of am, but look, see, hey, listen, you better stop hating on me. See, Johnny on the low, he be hating on my musical prowess. I might not be no Alan C. Jackson, but I got a little.
And you're not even Alan Jackson.
Well, so I mean, do you listen to country music yourself, Alan? Be honest. I mean, this Alan Jackson, could you name one of his songs right now? A popular song.
He had a song when I first started looking into him. He had a song called "Empty as a church on Monday morning.
Well,
I
say
really
it one
like
more
the song. It
time.
was
You
nice.
cut out a little bit. What's the name of it?
It was called As Empty as a Church on Monday Morning.
Oh, dang! On Monday morning. That's
Yeah.
funny. That's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is. I mean, hey, that's a heck of a name for a song, and funny.
Yeah. He was just basically talking about being, brokenhearted and being lonely. So that it was kind of the mannerism that he used. It was a real nice song though, beautifully written.
Yeah, it's enough to make you cry, right?
And I've
See,
heard
it's like
a bunch of other songs from him, but I can't remember the titles. Yeah.
Well, back in the
Yeah. He's a hell
'90s,
of a writer though. He's a he's a good writer.
hey,
back
listen, I'm
back in
not.
the '90s, he was big. I could name a bunch of his songs from back then, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I
You're right.
I'm not a big country guy myself.
They got a guy out, Chris Stapleton now. That's real nice.
I heard that name before too.
Yeah, I think he's done a gospel song that's crazy.
That
He's
is
got
one
another one
thing. I
called
mean, country and gospel kind of relate.
something.
You know, they
Yeah,
it's like very close. Even
yeah.
though country,
I was watching the Country Music Awards the other night, and I had forgotten that Nelly and Tim McGraw. You remember when they did that song together?
yes,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. They re-performed that night, and I had forgot about that song, but it was a big hit.
yeah, cross. Well, cross
Yeah.
genres I think are cool. I mean, look at Darius Rucker. He was rock, and with Hootie and the Blowfish
Oh
did
yeah,
amazing, and then Hootie died down, and then he went over to
yeah,
country and still killing it
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. He
in the
sure
country
is.
in the country genre.
He sure
You know,
is.
so I mean that I like that. I like those cross musical genre couplings.
Hmm.
Like Tim McGraw and Nelly. That you can get a little bit of everybody involved and get other persons, like let's say for me to listen to country, which I don't do, but maybe because
Hmm.
Nelly's on there, I might be like, you know what, I'm going to check this out,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
and then I'll be like, all right, well, you know what, this country ain't too bad,
yeah.
but I'm
Crossover.
still not going to listen to it, but I'll listen to this one song.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's a couple songs that they do. What was the one guy with that had the dance song, the black gentleman with the dance song? That it was he had a dance with the
Oh
song.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I know you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, I didn't really like the song, but when you
It's
join in
catchy.
because everyone else likes it, and they start doing that, doing
Mhm.
the dances and stuff like that. Then you got
Yeah.
people like the Jelly Rolls of the world, and those guys. Is that his name? Jelly? What's his name again?
I
Uh,
can't remember.
the big dude, country singer now that's real popular. It's Jelly Roll, I think.
Jelly Roll, I don't know.
You got me on that one.
I'm serious. Look, I mean, he's like massive now, unless I'm saying his name wrong. Anyway, but that's what they do. They're crossing, like you said, they're crossing the genres and kind of teetering on the pop side, and it catches on. It
Hmm.
catches on. I mean, yeah, it's all in marketing. Good for them. Can't hate on what they do. I
Right.
couldn't do it. Um, you know, to me, it's still really sad. It's when most of country music is sad, talking about things that make you feel down, not picking you up. You know what I mean? So, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my take on it. Again, gospel music is something else. I wouldn't necessarily compare gospel to country because gospel
No,
gospel
but
is, is
it's an easy transition.
yeah.
It's as far as like my mom, like my mom listened to country, the old country. It was religious aspects to it.
Mhm.
A lot of that's been taken out, but just like when I think of Dolly Parton, back in the early '70s, you know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
that part has drifted away, but I think that because of the styles, it's easily interchangeable.
Yeah, I agree with that. Old Town Road is the name of that song. Thanks, Troy. See, see, Troy.
That's
Well,
the one I
Troy,
was thinking about. I couldn't think of it.
And
Yeah.
Google's getting real
The
fired now.
Cyrus.
Thanks, Troy.
Ray Cyrus and the other guy.
He's on his phone like this. He's acting like he just thought of it on the cuff. We know you Googled it, Troy. You know, you would just see us on our phones if we did it. We could have did the same thing you did, Troy.
I'm pointing at my phone, so I can't get there.
Nah, but listen. I love the arts. I'm not as old as you guys. I will state that because I'm stating that because it's important. I like being the younger one in the room every now and then. It doesn't happen a lot, but I'm still into the hip hop. I still feel young. Like I can still do this.
Hang it up, old man. 47 is not young.
It's not old either, Johnny.
Yeah, it is.
So are you going to accept that, Alan? I mean,
he's 57. What the hell?
And that's not even like music is timeless, right? It doesn't get old. You don't get too old to create, do you, Alan?
No. I work with I'm working with a lot of young artists, so they keep
listen to this man. He's smart, Johnny. Go ahead, Alan. You have the floor.
Yeah, I work with a lot of young artists, so they keep me young. They keep me in the loop,
Yeah,
keep me grounded to what's going on now,
And you write some hip hop.
Alan, you look young, okay? I'm talking about Derek. He's sitting out here trying to act like he's 33. No, 47 is not young, bud.
Just for men. That's all I need. And I'm 49 almost, by the way. Just
wow.
Yeah. But listen, coming from him, don't let him, hey, Alan, don't let this guy fool you. He still thinks he's in his 20s the way he runs around. Okay. And that's just what we're doing these days. And I love it. I love it. He inspires me. I inspire him. We're making movies. We're having fun. We're enjoying life. We're not acting like, we're on some kind of back half of our lives and, life is slowing down. For us, it's ramping up. He just basically started a business, a pretty successful business in Polite Johnny's. Like I said, we have entertainment companies that do pretty good. We do shows all the time. We recruit talent such as yourself and bring people into the fold, and we encourage people on a daily basis. That's what Johnny and I do, and that's what people like yourself does as well. And that's what keeps us all motivated and going. You're still writing for people out there that's doing pretty good for themselves. So
that's amazing. You're killing it, Alan. Really, you're killing it, man. And loving it. You're loving it. I mean, like you said, when you love what you do, you never work a day. So
we got some people in the comments. So look, I have not.
Right.
Let me just slow it down a little bit. Great show. I love the tempo of the show. But I always got to acknowledge the audience out there. We've been mentioning Troy. Troy's been chiming in. He's enjoying the show. He's helping out with the help of Google. Thanks, Troy. He just says he knows his stuff. So he's responding to us. Yeah, he just David Nagel. Who's David, Johnny?
Dave and his wife Stacy. They
David.
Run
Soup for the Soul.
It's our local soup kitchen and pantry. Soup for the Soul, Dave and his wife. So, and that's whenever we do our events, Alan, that's one of the local organizations that we always try to put our money where our mouth is.
Yeah.
And because what they do is they feed our community, whether it be a hot meal or whether it be open, everyone come, we have is food and we have it, you have it. And they're amazing people and they have to work regular jobs and still spend their time as all the rest of their time doing this for our community. I'm telling you, Soup for the Soul is there's something else, man. They're wonderful for our community. So
sounds good.
Yeah, thank you, Dave. He's calling us old asses, by the way. So
whatever, Dave. You're the same freaking age. Get out of here, you old son.
Yeah. He says, you all work for the community also. And we do. And that's what I was just saying, David.
Well, they inspire us to help our neighbors in need. and I would hope that if we were in a similar situation than anyone that is struggling right now, I would hope that they would have an organization like Soup for the Soul in their community to make sure that people that are hungry and their kids that are hungry get fed. And when comes time for Christmas, they make sure that they have something under the tree. It's just they're wonderful.
And David has a question for you, Alan. He
Mhm.
says, he asks, so do you think the music of today compares to the past? Music of the past, of course.
No, I mean it's music is not what it used to be. I mean, when you think about the '60s, '70s, '80s, and '90s with uh, all genres of music, it was just so much deeper. It was more instrumentation. It was more instruments and bands, full bands across the board. It was so full. But now everything is about money, and it's kind of watered down. It's not that there's not good music out today, but it doesn't compare to the music of the past. No.
Yeah, it's just
Agreed.
not felt this. I agree too. It just not felt the same way.
Yeah,
The words had meaning
yeah,
back in the
everything.
days. Now you
And
don't feel
feeling, you felt
in
it, man. You felt it. As coming up and in the '70s and the '80s, it's like when I was a teenager, you man, there was these songs that I don't know, man. They made you want to cry. They made you think about your girlfriend, and you want to cry, or other stuff you want to do with your girlfriend. But that's what
Yeah.
it made you
Well,
feel.
well,
yeah.
back then people did everything from mostly everything from the heart.
Mhm.
People everything was passionate and everything was original and honest. And people sing about what they went through. You could relate to the song because you probably went through the same thing. And that's what it's all. That's what I try to write about. I try to write about things that will touch people. Somebody who's going through a tough time or struggling with addiction or struggling with past abuse or anything like that, to give them hope, to say you can still make it. You can still be all right.
Let me ask you this question, and of course you're not going to be able to answer it with any true dollar amount, but um, is writing a song for someone and them actually buying a song from you, is that profitable? I mean, I've never looked into that, writing a song for someone. I mean, what is that? I'm curious, Johnny. Why are you shaking your head, John? I want to know. I mean, hey, I can
Oh,
write music too. I
All
can write
right,
for
all right.
somebody.
You can write a song. Okay, all right. I'm listening to the answer. I apologize, Derek.
I
well,
see you shaking your head.
one of the most profitable portions of the music industry is publishing. So the way that works is you don't want to outright sell anything because uh,
Lease it.
songwriters get paid for the rest of their life. You can write a hit today and send your kids to college off of it, or your grandkids to college off of it. That's
Mhm.
just the way it is. You don't want to outright sell anything because that song, you got songs from the '60s and '70s still making royalty checks. Marvin Gaye's family is still eating off of his songs, and he's been gone for how long?
Wow. Yeah.
82 or something, 84,
His
84.
kids, his kids and grandkids are still getting a check for his songs because Barry Gordy made sure he had his publishing,
Wow. See, and that's
which is one of the
important.
greatest things about Motown. He took care of his artist.
Yeah, and I've heard that because it's like a staple. They did it the right way. Motown, Barry Gordy,
Absolutely,
did it the right
absolutely.
way. He took care of his artists way back
Yeah,
then, and
yeah.
that's why they're doing still do so good. And that's important. That's a good lesson. And I'm glad we're getting something constructive, really constructive out of this show because Johnny and I mean, we think we're talented and we are. But I never knew. Did you know that, John? I never knew.
I'm not. I'm not talented musically. Don't
But
get it twisted. I mean, I don't know what I'm talented at, but it's not. It's not anything musically,
but that's
except for
this is
except
the
for listening to it.
this is the point I'm making, though, Johnny and Alan. It's you, for a young person watching this show, and they see Johnny and myself, and they kind of know what we do because we put ourselves out there a lot. Which leads me to the question I'm trying to ask you, Alan, is how are you promoting that you're able to do this? I mean, is there a platform? Are you using social media? Or you just how can someone find you online or just to reach out to you for your help?
Well, of course, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. You can reach out to me there. My website, my fedfireentertainment.com. Troy has helped me with a lot of promotional sides of this thing because that's more of his lane and what he does good. Does well. So I mean, all of those places you can find me, reach me. You can follow me on Instagram. It's Alan Jackson. It's the same name.
Okay.
Facebook, same way, same name, Alan Jackson. So I'm not hard to find.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I found you. I clicked on something that Troy had posted. And by the way, I want to give a shout out before I forget. There's another Troy. We got another good buddy, Troy King Brody. He's
King of
actually
Baltimore,
watching
baby.
the show. Yeah, King of Baltimore. He's watching the show as well. So thanks for chiming in, Troy. Both Troys. He's actually. Let's see what Troy is saying here. Hold on one second. Lane needs to sit still. He's telling you to sit still there,
Mind your
Johnny.
business, Brody. Mind your business, Brody.
And let's see what follow up. Do you think we are, as older generations, are more critical of today's artists because we aren't with it? So yeah, that's a great question there, Dave. I mean, you think you're just an old fart there, Alan, and you just can't keep up with the times?
Well, he obviously can. He's writing music for artists.
No, like I said, it's still like with music out here. It's just that I know that I came up in my time. We all think the best things came in our time.
In our
So
time, yeah.
because it was our time, we consider that the best of times, you know. And I'm sure most people will agree. But I don't knock the young music to talent today. I encourage it. But I also encourage young people to just be honest and be
Yeah.
passionate about what you do. Don't think it's just all about money. You know, you have to be passionate about what you do and also be willing to put in the time and the effort and not think things are going to happen overnight. It's a microwave society we live in now.
Yeah.
And it's just a different way of thinking now. So you got to just encourage young people to get back to the roots of things and know that you have to put in hard work in order to be successful. It's not just winning followers and going viral and all that. It's all about putting in the real hard work and also learning
Putting in the work.
industry in which you're going into.
Yeah.
Go in now. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you. So this is the Speak Your Mind show, Alan. So I'm going to ask you a pretty serious question. All right. You can choose to not answer the question, which would essentially be pleading the fifth.
It better not.
or
It better
you
not
can
be
answer.
anything weird, Derek.
And then Johnny's going to follow up with his question, whatever that
damn it.
may be. A serious question. You can, again, options are to
Okay.
plead the fifth or answer the question honestly, is what I'm hoping for. So,
Ask the
yes,
question.
yes, you write gospel music. Yes, that is what you like, what you appreciate. However, do you sometimes find yourself enjoying reciting and listening to some of this new age music where you could barely understand what they're saying? Is there music that's out right now that you actually drive in your car, listen to, or when you're out and about, say in a party or something that you're actually dancing to? And be honest, please.
Like I said, there are still some great artists out here today. I look like the young lady Her, Seventh Streeter. It's a couple of more. It's a lot of young talent out here that I really love because they still doing it the way we used to do it. They're musicians. They write. They write about content. They don't just blurt out, things that don't make sense or just things that's going to sell records. So absolutely, I do listen to it.
Okay, because so do I. I'm just being honest with you. Johnny play. If you listen to Johnny's playlist, he dates back to the 70s, 80s, 90s into modern time. This is every day.
Yeah, I love music.
And we're always in there. Everybody that comes in, it's a settled environment. Some of these songs are just the old classics. We can't hear you, John. We can't hear you. We lost your sound. I don't have you muted either. So you are it's on your end.
Hmm.
But yeah, while he's trying to get his mic situated there. Johnny's crazy. That's my boy. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? I was talking about the okay.
Just listening to music today.
Yeah. So I mean, some of it's okay. I mean, you can enjoy it, but it's not like again the music of old. And I think I was talking about Johnny's back. I was talking about Johnny, and the environment. People come in, and no matter how old they are, they enjoy listening to what he's playing on his playlist.
Can you hear me, Derek?
Yeah, we can hear you now. And I don't think we would get that same audience of people of comfortability if we were playing some of these songs you hear on the radio every day at Polite Johnny's, for instance. You know what I mean? They would come in, they would probably wonder why Johnny's playing this music in that environment. Do you understand what I'm saying? Go ahead, Alan.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I love music across the board. So if it's a good song, and I think it's a good song, hey, play it.
Like I was saying earlier, and Troy King Brody he'll verify. I have a lot of Michael Jackson on my playlist.
Yes,
timeless.
Yeah, I mean if you can't, dance and snap your fingers and sing along and it's just music to me that always made me, most of it, feel happy.
Yeah,
I
he said, and this is true, but it's a controlled environment. I'm trying to make a point, and I know you guys.
No, I get the point. I wouldn't play any kind of hard rock or hard rap music in the shop, because I mean, it wouldn't be appropriate for the families and the kids, and in my opinion, anyway. I don't want all these F-bombs being dropped and little Timmy's being ready to bite his hot dog. So.
And Dave says it best right here. He calls it mumble rap, and that's what it is. I mean, but I think that speaks volumes alone. Now we can say what we want. If we're in our car,
and hard rock too.
And he doesn't like hard rock. See, Johnny and I are different there, Alan. I love a lot of heavy stuff. He doesn't like the heavy stuff like I like it, but he's right. The mood, the atmosphere is not going to be right in certain environments.
But there is an atmosphere for it, just like when we talk about Alan. He is very successful in gospel and R&B. They are niche, just like rock is, just like pop is, just like every genre of music. The people that usually listen to it, they're the people that like it. And there's a group of people, a large group there's enough people to go around that love these all different genres of music to make them successful and lucrative.
Yeah. I mean, so Johnny, and do me a favor, I don't know if you already kind of were setting yourself up to ask Alan a real serious speak your mind question before we let him go. I think we're running at about 53 minutes, so we've had him on for about an hour, so I'm not trying to take up too much more of his time. What do you have to ask Mr. Jackson?
What when you got your first paycheck whenever you got your first paycheck from your first song, and what did you buy?
What did you buy? I love it.
Well, I got a story for that. That's a good question. Actually, years ago, I wrote a song for this company out in LA, and it was supposed to be for like a commercial type song at the time. And I think I got a check for like $53. So I still have that check.
You kept it? That's awesome.
I framed it.
$53.
Now I know what the answer is. You didn't buy anything.
Didn't buy nothing.
You couldn't even buy a good steak dinner.
No, I just kept it. I thought it was funny.
I love it. I love it.
That is great. And just for the audience out there, a lot of people come back and watch the show later. The later the show goes on, the more people chime in. It's just one of those kind of shows. But again, we're reaching the hour mark. Can you, just kind of give some information of where people can find you? I know you say you're on social media. Just throw a couple of those tags out there again, real quick, and
Uh, you can find me, Alan Jackson, on Instagram and on Facebook. My website is febfientertainment.com, which is FEBFI entertainment.com. That's my birthday, by the way. It's the name of my publishing company, February 5th. So the FEBFI is abbreviation for that. You have to have a unique name when you go to BMI and ASCAP to register. So that's where that name came from.
nice. I like that original. And just again, I know you were talking a little bit about it. What can we look forward to hearing from you? Even though it's kind of tricky with you because we're not going to necessarily hear it from you. It's going to be someone else actually singing or saying your material. That's something that
Well,
you
yeah, I'm
wrote.
working
So
on a project. So yeah, it'll always have my name first and then the artist. So I'm working on a project and we're just releasing singles from the project. Next in the beginning of the year, we're going to have, like I said, the next single coming out. So you'll definitely be seeing me, Alan Jackson, featuring, so
yeah.
things like that. So anything you see with my name or Alan C. Jackson, that's definitely me. And we're going to keep putting it out there until we, you know, just reach some more people and get some hits out there.
All right. And one
Appreciate
last
it.
thing, and then I'll let you go. What something encouraging, something you could say to a young folk or even the older folk, such as myself, who's not going to give up on my music career. I don't care how old I get. I'm still going to
Me
be. And
too. I'm the same way.
I'm a rapper, so I don't sing, but my rap isn't like rap anymore. It's more jazzy. I've actually
Mhm.
been part of live bands. Nowadays I don't do it so much anymore because I lost my good buddy Chico. May he rest easy. But we performed live a few times, so I know John. Look, that look on Johnny's face right now. He just,
You
hey, you wait
keep
till I see it.
hey, whoa, whoa,
I'll
whoa, whoa,
see
whoa.
it.
You
I'm
keep
going to see it
running
tomorrow.
your jib. I'm waiting for some inspirational stuff from
All right,
Alan. You won't
all right.
stop talking about your
Well,
terrible career. Let's go.
well, he's inspiring me. Okay, I'm
Okay,
inspired.
I
That's the problem.
apologize. I apologize. Go ahead, Alan.
Go ahead, Alan.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I would just encourage anybody to just follow your dreams. I know it sounds cliche, but whatever you feel passionate about, just go for it and don't ever give up on it. Because if you wake up every morning and there's not a day that goes by that you don't think about something that you'd rather be doing or that you want to do, then that's probably what you should be pursuing.
Thank you so much. And look,
Awesome, man.
appreciate your time so much. I'm gonna let you go, Johnny. Don't
Thank
go
you. I
anywhere just
appreciate
yet.
yours.
We got
Thank you,
hey, no
Alan.
problem.
It's been a pleasure, man. Really been a pleasure.
Pleasure here also.
And I want to bring you back. I want to bring you back a little recap of I don't
No
know
problem.
when, but let's see what's happened in that time that we're gone from each other and all, and
Yeah,
see what you might have
not a
accomplished
problem.
and keep you updated. I appreciate you. You have a wonderful rest of your evening, and yeah, I got your number locked in. Make sure you store me.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, and we'll talk soon.
All right, now take care. Now be safe. Have a
Y'all
good rest of
too.
your week. All
Y'all
right.
too. Take care.
Thanks. Now. Good night.
Mhm.
Another great show there. That was Alan C. Jackson. It was awesome having him on. Yeah, he's out there doing this thing. Very encouraging for me just to listen to him say those things because I believe the same thing as Alan does, and that's you're never too old. You're never too old. You can't just quit. You might not be able to do things the way you were able to do them when you were younger per se. Um, it it is what it is. You have to accept that because that is life. But you can do something to an alteration of something that your passion was. You can help like he does. You can write for someone else, or you can help someone come up and learn what you already know because maybe your time did kind of pass as far as what you had in mind when you were younger. Like I've done, I've modified I've modified my my style, and now I do it differently. And Johnny knows that. He's back, and Johnny knows that. I don't know why he was being like kind of smart ass on the show tonight. Hey Johnny, are you back? I can't hear you. I bring your audio back in. Still no audio, and I don't have you muted. All right, yeah, call back. So the show's not over yet, by the way. And thank you, Dave. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Troy, I'm glad you enjoyed the show.
How about
John,
now?
yeah, I got you now. Yeah, he was talking crap. Hey, the show's not over, by the way, because Johnny and I, we got to go over a couple little things before we close out anyway. But man, how you gonna rag me on the show like that, man? You know I'm nice. You know I got skills.
I never said you didn't. It just seems like, you're sitting out here talking about what, what, how do you get the, somebody to, come on, man. No, that's just like fucking Rock's mixtape.
Hey, where you headed? I got you on freeze. Hey, look at that freeze frame, y'all. Johnny's frozen. Look at that look on his face. Hey, let's look at him up close. Hey, you're back.
Yeah. So yeah. I think it's interesting, and I'm glad you and also Jimmy, my son and your nephew, likes to do all different kinds of genres of things. He wants to do film, he wants to do music. You're the same, and a lot of other things, and I involved in that kind of stuff, whether it be even if it's just production, music, video. Since we just had that chat with Alan C. Jackson, that he better be putting me in his next music video. That's all I'm saying.
I know. Hey,
You know
look,
what I mean?
I bet you out of the whole interview, he's gonna remember that part right there. Hey, somebody's got to shoot the video. You can't be in front of the camera and behind the camera at the same time. So somebody's got to shoot it, and I want us to be those people doing that. And you can be in front of the camera, but I'm going to be behind the camera. Okay, I'm gonna make everybody look good, or make sure everybody looks good. How about that? And Dave says, were you on a mission out there? You delivering wieners right now? That's what I'm quoting.
I'm not delivering wieners. I'm going to get my wife a vape, because if she doesn't have her vape, then she's going to choke the life out of somebody, and I don't want it to be me.
What is it? What are you saying? Troy has to chime in now. Lang as a dancing
He's talking
transvestite.
all
Troy the
really,
King.
Brody? You talking that kind of shit?
Yep, Troy the King.
Oh,
It would
really?
be him.
Troy King Brody coming after Johnny Lang. What the hell?
Yep. Hey, look, it's
That's
right
right now.
there.
His role in every movie is going to be transvestite hooker.
I know, right? Look, and what are you going to do now, Troy? Because like you're going to want to be in the project. You're going to be like, and every time it's going to have to be the same role. And you're going to be like, I don't know, Johnny. Now you're going to have to do it. Well, you won't be in the movie. Well, listen, you can be a
Can't hear a damn thing.
Dave says, "Can we vote
Look,
on that?"
Now, you know what we can announce though.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm with you.
Is that we've decided that we're gonna do a little Christmas movie this year.
Mhm.
Are you excited about that, Derek? Because you have one of the major roles in the movie.
Yeah, I am actually. But you got to tell me more about it. Remember, we got cut off earlier while we were discussing it. So, what did you need me to do exactly? What role am I playing?
Talk for 2 seconds, and I'll be right back, and then I'll let you know.
So he's got to run in the store to get Miss Patty Lang a vape, and so I will, keep entertaining. So, look, I'm down for this Christmas movie. Listen, I went to school for this stuff. All right, I studied the arts. I put money into it. The wife put money into it. It's something that I put a lot of time in, and I really I enjoy to do it. So now I'm on both sides of the spectrum and can be. So absolutely, any opportunity I get to act, I'm going to take advantage of it. And I'm one of them kind of people that like to practice what I preach. So if I'm trying to explain to you or tell you as a director of photography what you need to do to kind of give the camera what it needs, give the audience what you need or what the audience wants or would love to see, then I gotta do the same thing. So that's why you see me in Tales from the Void. I try to act, and I try to give it everything I got. I've been a doctor. I've been, of course, haunted by spirits. I've been zombies. I forget everything. I've been a kidnapper. I've done quite a few things in front of the camera, but I still haven't found that role that really pushes me. That role that makes me really dig down inside to find out what kind of actor I really am or can be. So I'm looking forward to that. This Christmas movie, I don't know. Maybe that's it. We'll see. It depends on the writing. How am I supposed to act? Oh, by the way, Mr. Nice Guy, that's one of the tales in the anthology, the second part coming up of Tales from the Void. This concept is from Johnny Lang. Johnny, he wrote it. He's going to direct it. It's I don't really want to tell you too much right now, but it's an interesting story about a guy who is a really really nice guy. He's done a lot of great things, but he gets put in a situation that he has to make a decision. And I'm not sure if everybody's going to agree with this guy's decision, but um, we'll see. I'm telling him about Mr. Nice Guy. I didn't give him too much yet, but I'm
I mean,
really looking
I'm
forward to Mr.
usually the
Nice
one
Guy.
that can spoil or give the spoilers out.
I
Don't be
didn't tell
giving it.
I didn't tell him too much, Johnny. Look
But what is
back.
exciting is that we have talked. I don't know if Derek mentioned, but I'll bring it up now. Uh, uh, we're going to do a more modern adaptation of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, and it's going to be Baltimore Christmas Carol, with which it happens so fast, and I mean, all the parts are cast at this point. If you go ahead through your mind because I'm sure everybody at one point or another in their life have seen A Christmas Carol. Now, I mean, I watch it every year, probably several times a year when it comes, a couple times, 3 times when it comes Christmas time. So I'm excited about the twist. Of course, James McKinney, who is my son, he's adapting the script, making it more relatable to not only the times but to Baltimore, and the things that you see in the ghosts and the characters will all be, and even a subplot which I'll tell you, Derek, but I can't say it on camera because that is going to be a super spoiler. I definitely don't want to do that. A really cool Baltimore related subplot for A Baltimore Christmas Carol, which is going to be adapted and directed by, of course, James McKinney. So I'm excited about that. I'm very excited about that. It's going to be a quick shoot. We're going to shoot it over probably a month of sporadic dates that he'll pick and send out. Of course, he'll have when he sends the call sheets out. But I'm excited, man. And you, Derek Stroman, has been cast as Bob Cratchit.
Yeah. I'm gonna do some research. I'm not. Remember, my birthday's. Just so y'all know, I was born a week before Christmas, so I'm not a big holiday spirited guy. I'm a little bit like the Grinch, so I don't really watch all the Christmas movies and all that stuff. So
I mean, this is going to be a lot darker version, Derek. So your feeling about Christmas can be shown in the sadness of Bob Cratchit.
Exactly. Hold on, we got questions. Troy, Dave's still in as well. Bob Cratchit
Bob
walking.
Cratchit walking on, yeah, yep, picking up a hooker on Dundalk Avenue. Merry Christmas, Bob. Yeah, how about that $5 hand job, Bob?
Zephyr's in the building. What's up, ZZ?
Hey, Z, what's up? Yeah. Hey, I mean, whenever the Pink Money movie, I mean, why not? What the hell? Why am I not in these movies, Derek?
Don't blame me. Don't put that on me like that.
I didn't get a role. I'll read for something, man. I'll send you my headshots, even though you see what I got to offer up in here. Yeah, I mean, can somebody give me a daggone role in a movie?
Hey,
I'm a star.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first, Z. So if you even dare have another movie or shoot another movie with no Johnny Lang, it's gonna be major problems. It's gonna be major problems. What's up, Buzzacino? How you been, brother?
What's going on, man?
Hey, you remember Buzz? Yeah, Buzz is Buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw him up there. I know you got a lot to say, Buzz. I tell you what, man. You right. Way quicker than I even think, bro. I can't even think.
Does, man. He's rocking. He's got that shit queued up.
Yeah, look. He writes whole paragraphs in a matter of just couple seconds. It seems like as quickly as they come up. So good to see you, though, Buzz. Yeah. I know.
He's giving holiday love already.
Oh yeah. Well, bah humbug, Buzz. I'm sorry, man. But you're right though, Johnny. Back to what you were saying. You're absolutely right. I'm probably the best guy to play that role because I'm going to give it that vibe, and it's kind of going to just be natural. I wish I was more joyful around that time of year, but kind of is what it is,
Well, Derek, it's like this. People have different reasons to be sad around Christmas, and I'm okay with that, and I respect that that's their right to feel that way. But I just can't, man. I even relatives and friends that died around Christmas and that kind of stuff. I feel like that those people or anybody would just want us to enjoy the holiday and feel love and enjoy and give.
Yeah.
Like soup for the soul.
Yeah, and I agree. And it helps when I spend time around you and you add that spirit. You help lift the situations, and when sometimes they get a little down or a little dismal feeling, so it's needed. I'm not even going to lie. I siphon that kind of energy from you all the time because it helps. Because I might not always be in that happy-go-lucky mood, and this is that time of year.
You are emotional, though.
You think I'm emotional?
I said you are mostly, you're mostly in an upbeat, positive mood.
Yeah,
most times.
Well, most of the time, but not all the time. I mean, you're all the time in that mood. Like I can't ever recall you like being down or not having that kind of drive or energy behind you to lift the room up is what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, hey, listen, yeah, I know. I just don't see it much, and I get it. But I do think that this movie can be good. I think that I know that I can actually play that role pretty good. But I want to do a little bit more research. I want to see what it is. This character, and like you said, I could, it's everywhere.
Bob Cratchit's like one of the main characters of the. So, well, I mean, we got to sit down, and the same what Jimmy and I were talking about today. It's just got to sit down, watch it. Here we. You got that right, Buzz. You got that right, buddy. We got to sit there and watch it, and that's how he's going to make the decisions. This isn't a 1700s production. We're putting this on as a modern day Baltimore Christmas Carol, and there's going to be some edge. You know what I mean? It's going to be, there is going to be a happy ending. I will say that, but there's also some twists that are going to be in there. I'm excited about this. And what's inspired us to do this is, to me, what inspired me is Lanaya Jordan. You know, she did a wonderful Christmas movie, and I'm thinking, you know,
Holiday hit.
Christmas is so awesome. You know, why can't we do one? And of course we'll do it. We won't do it the way Lanaya did it. We're going to do it the lazy way and use somebody else's story. Where she wrote her own, had to work hard for it, and we're just going to go ahead and be lazy and work off the back of Charles Dickens. So
Hey, I'm okay with that. So when do you expect us to, like, I don't know, essentially get this done? Or like, so we would have to start soon. I mean, we're already in the fourth quarter now. Say
yeah.
October, November, December. All right.
So this is something that will probably I would say start, you know, the second week of November, and try to make it a 3 week shoot. And there's really not that many scenes per se.
Yeah, he says we have good energy between you.
That's an excellent idea, Buzz. Now somebody's just got to write it. Get that story going, buddy. But that was a great idea. No, yeah, Derek and I, there's obviously a couple, you know, Baltimore Vice and all that Derek and I, and also, I mean, we're practically in all the movies that we produced together. We've just been in the movies. That's because there are movies. We can do whatever the hell we want. Is that right, Derek?
Baltimore Vice side. Look, hey, we're on the right sides too. Look, you're on that side.
Look at that handsome son of a gun in the flowers too. Wow. Look at that great hair he has. Look how young I look. Where the hell did this picture come from? It's like a picture of me 15 years ago. Jesus.
McKinney took that picture. That was when we did Baltimore Vice. Well, it was called.
He got my real good side. He must have put 14 filters on that sucker.
Real good side. Anyway, go ahead, bro.
No, I just, you know, back to, you know, so, you know, if we can get that movie over to Jay within 3 weeks, with 3.5 weeks, then we'll be able to have it to put it out there right around Christmas time. That's kind of what we're thinking. And the thing is, I mean, it's a story that we all know, and even if we've only seen it a few times, all you have to do is see it one more time, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, you know, it's not. I mean, it's a story as old as time. So that's something that I think is going to be good and fun and you know, in the Christmas spirit, and that's what I like.
No, I agree. I mean, I'm excited about it. I'm like you at this point, man. And you'll understand what I mean by saying that in just a second. I just want to get stuff started. You know, get in front of the camera, get it going, man. You know, it's you know how it is with us, Johnny. I mean, the community of people that we're around. There's so many people out there now doing stuff and talented and independent production companies that are filming. You know, personally, I'm a part of a lot of those entities. Some of them probably watch.
I mean, look, we're getting old. I mean, and whether we want to believe it or not, I like what we're doing, and I just want to do as much of it as I can before I can't. And I know that's not going to be tomorrow, but I mean, you know, time flies quickly, and I just want us to be able to do all the things that we want to do, all the projects. We have projects sitting on the shelf right now.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I mean, we have scripts that are ready to go, but it's just they have to wait in line.
Yeah, there's a few of them right there. Night Shift at the top. Johnny Wang and the Mystical Ganja. Right there, you can see them there on your screen. The Return of the Baltimore Bomb, you know, Baltimore Vice. You know, it's you know, and that's
Shuffle,
what I'm saying.
Shuffle Kings.
Shuffle Kings. Yeah, it's it's a lot of stuff, and it just seems like I think as creators we start just creating it in our minds, and we're not really planning out a lot of these things, Johnny. And yes, I'm saying this live on air. What is Troy talking about? I'm sorry, I'm struggling with that mustache. Oh, we're, I'm about to blow snot bubbles. Hey, I don't think
Man,
Troy the King Brody is digging your stash too much there, John Lang. Hey,
Troy King
get a
Brody's
better.
been talking an awful lot of shit tonight. I know that.
There's that
There,
stash.
there you go, Brody. I'll sweep your fucking floor with that bitch.
You can get a close up there, Troy. He's giving you a close up. Yeah, bring it in. How do you zoom in on this thing? There you go. Well, hey, look, hey, I ain't got a
I
fight.
like to see I like to see I like to see Troy King Brody grow one of these mustaches.
Oh my God, can you imagine Troy with a Tom Selleck
Big
mustache?
wispy
Like,
mustache. Oh God, that would be great. Troy King Brody with a Selleck stash.
yeah. Hey,
And then
what's Troy?
he can go to Halloween as Tom Selleck, and I can go as Scott Pappas.
Oh yeah, yeah. You play Scott really good. Oh, he said, what did he say? He's trying to grow one. Nah, Troy. All right, do it, Troy.
Get out of
I'm,
here.
yeah, right. He ain't gonna do it. This lady will probably make him cut it off.
He ain't growing
Soon,
no mustache.
yeah. I don't see you doing it, Troy. What'd you say? Oh, he said for years. Oh, yeah. Have you noticed he don't? I don't know if he grows any. Does he grow any hair? He's always clean shaved. Think about it. You've never seen Troy with no like 5 o'clock shadow,
Never grow any.
huh?
His facial hair is as smooth as a baby's bottom.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like maybe he just don't grow no. That's
This,
why he said that.
this bad boy's like Jay Honeycutt from MASH.
What about like when we were shooting Selling? Remember when we were shooting Selling and like how much facial hair you had? Like you look like a wolf. You remember? I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
you had
when I was
all
slick
this.
boy and then I shaved it down to
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah, you had all this going, and I was like, dang, you look like a literal wolf, like Werewolf in London. Looked like you could have easily played a real wolf.
I have a lot of ways I can.
Oh, oh. All right. Anyway, y'all, I'm not going to keep y'all paying attention to this feed any longer. Johnny and I can ramble on and on. So you get it. Lots of cool stuff going on. I know. I don't think he's going to try to come back in, Troy. Hey, I appreciate you guys sticking around watching the show. Again, this is a simulcast, streaming it on a couple platforms, YouTube being one. Shouts out to Buzz Chin. I see you. Hey, look, hey, hold on, Buzz. Look, you right on cue, Buzz, because I was just bringing you up. You said your stash looks similar. Yeah, you gotta shoot me an image of you, bro. Oh, Gandalf, right? Beard too. Oh, you got the Gandalf beard. Yeah, Johnny can rock them. I just look too. I look too rough. I could grow it out, but I look too rough, man. I'm more scary looking. All people would tell me is just cut it off, cut it off. So I ain't trying to look scary. It's bad enough. I got all these grays, but yeah. But Johnny can rock one, and it's like suits him. Some people can get away with that. I'm not one, but yeah, no doubt. I appreciate you, Buzz. Got some plans, got some ideas. I'm bringing Bill Bean back on the show. So, Buzzer Channel, Bill. Bill's coming back. I talked to Bill Bean today. He'll be on the show coming up maybe Wednesday. I think we spoke of it. So, you'll see that. Bill and I have a client in Colorado Springs, excuse me, that needs a deliverance. All right. And it's pretty bad. I spoke with the household today, and they're going through some serious demonic stuff. So Bill's being called to duty. Warrior mode in action. So we'll probably schedule a trip to get out there and see if we can help this family. So that's coming up. I'm going to be bringing him on the show to talk a little bit a little bit more about these things. What we got here? Who's King B More? Ah, okay, yeah, YouTube land. Yeah, so you King B More on YouTube. Okay, I see you. Hey, I'm gonna have to get you on the show too. I'm gonna want you to come help host the show. A couple of these shows coming up too. Troy the King, Brody. All right, it'd be good to get you on the feed too. And so we mix it up. I bring Johnny on a lot because him and we're really in touch with a lot of stuff that's going on. I love to have him. I love to have him and his feedback. I'd love to have you as well, Troy, um, on a couple of these shows because I do a paramedia activity show as well with Travis Scott. Um, Scott, jeez, Travis Scott. Sorry about that, Travis. I said Travis Scott. Travis Short. Even Tim Ladard, you know Tim. Tim's been on the show before. Um, and that's my paramedia activity show. So I want you to come and join in. Hold on, let me see. What do you say? Hey, now I'm on the other side. So Lang's back, but also I'm gonna throw this out there. Johnny and I didn't cover it a second ago, but we are going to start a dating game show. We're actually going to um, set up an event. I'll first probably go at it. We'll set up an event. Johnny's going to host it. And all you single people out there, people looking to interact and with someone else out there, we're setting it up. Still got to be fine tuned a little bit, some tweakings in order, but we'll get it set up. And I think that's something nice to bring to our area here. Like Johnny says, this great state of Dundalk, Sparrows Point, Edgemere area included. So it's going to be fun. That we didn't really discuss too much tonight. We're actually hitting the hour and a half mark, close to it. Appreciate everybody that chimed in. Shouts out to everybody who I'm working with out there. He said Love Connection style. So he's talking about the show. It's going to be like Love Connection. We're just going to get, a couple people, 3 or 4 gals and 3 or 4 guys, and kind of have them interact with each other and ask questions and just kind of, like you said, like the Love Connection, and then offer probably something like a dinner as a grand prize, something we can afford, a free meal at Polak Johnny's or something like that. It's going to be interesting. Nobody's doing it. Hey, listen, if you're watching this feed, don't be trying to steal my ideas. It's my idea. All right. Anybody come up with one of these shows before we put it out, I'm gonna know you saw it here first. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. I mean, just something just to like I said, if you watch the show, go back, watch the show, inspire, just keep people uplifted, do things fun, um, get people involved. People like to interact. Bring them into your world sometimes, and let them see what you're doing, what keeps you going on a day-to-day basis when there's so much sadness and tragedy and things of that nature happening around us. We got to keep each other uplifted. You know what I mean? So, but look, I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. I appreciate y'all sticking around for the show. Our special guest tonight left a little while ago. That was Alan C. Jackson. Great interview. Just go back, watch the show, find out how you can get in touch with him or where to find him doing his posting. He's more of a ghostwriter where he writes for other individuals who will sing his material or whatever his material. So you might not always see his face on the forefront, but like he explained tonight, his name is first in the song. So you'll see Alan C. Jackson. And you got to watch it because there's a big country music artist out there by the name of Alan Jackson as well. So make sure you add the C in the middle. I forgot to ask him what his middle name is. Yeah, forgot about that. What does the C stand for? I'll find out though. But stay groovy, bruh. I love Buzzachino. That's my guy, man. He's been a loyal fan and supporter for a long time now. But again, just updates about the show. We got a lot of movies on our plates right now. So don't be surprised if your name is called or we reach out to you. We are quick to bring in people we know that have no experience whatsoever in acting. So if you want a shot, you definitely are in the right place when it comes to Johnny and I. Um, uh, got the Christmas movie coming up that we're going to shoot. Um, Tales from the Void 2 is also coming up. Shouts out to everybody that's doing something out there right now. Linnea Jordan, the Jordans, they are killing it on their end. They're working on The Volunteer right now. They actually shot at Polite Johnny's this past weekend a scene for The Volunteer. Shouts out to them. Shouts out to Troy Edwards, 3HP Records, which is his own company. He also works for Universal Records. He's the one that brought Alan to me. He brought Geechee Dan, which was my last interview. So get ready for a lot of higher end interviews with people who are doing big stuff in the industry. Shouts out to Selena Pope Productions. We're working on The Offspring now, which is First Lady Part 2. You've probably seen a casting flyer out there for that. We're still looking for henchmen for that. Asians of Asian descent, of Hispanic descent, anybody that could pass for Russian style mafia or henchman, tough guy looking. Shouts out to Mink Mike. We are still working on Blackheart currently. Shouts out to Deadline Record, Rams, Dre, Skin, Shallow, everybody out there, all those fellas. Shouts out to Ronnie and Tyler J from Favor and Favor Broadcasting. I'm trying not to forget anybody. If I have forgot you, please forgive me. It's just a lot of people out there to give shouts out to. Shouts out to my brother, mentor, Michael Davis Storm. Shouts out to Angel Williams. Like I said, the list goes on. Bill Bean, talked to him today. He was just with Julio Iglesias. Yeah, the Julio Iglesias. He was just hanging out with him. I guess he had to go down there and do what Bill does, deliver somebody or something. I'll find out more about why he met with Julio Iglesias later. Bill's going to be coming back on my Speak Your Mind show here soon. And we actually have a trip scheduled to, well, it's not scheduled yet, but there's a big case happening in Colorado Springs, excuse me. So it's just a ton of stuff going on, y'all. Thanks, Johnny Lane, for coming on the show tonight and helping me interview our guests. And it's a lot more to come. And I don't know if you can keep up. You can keep up with everything I just said. I don't know. It's a lot. And if you miss something, just go back, rewind, and watch this show. And much love. Y'all be safe. Y'all take care of yourselves out there. Enjoy the rest of the week and all that good stuff. I was scrolling a couple businesses out there. Shouts out to the Boulevard Diner. Mark over there. Get on up there. That's right up the street in Dundalk here as well. As a matter of fact, let me, before I get out of here, I'm going to scroll that. There you go. Boulevard Diner, 1660 Merritt Boulevard here in Dundalk. Great food, great establishment as far as just the sheer feel of the place and the service. People are great over there and the food is phenomenal, all for reasonable prices. Get up there, get yourself something to eat, hang out. If you drink, they got alcohol there too. Sit there, have a good time, show some support. Matter of fact, I got to get up there and holler at Mark. I ain't been up there in a little while. So there's the address to the Boulevard Diner. Again, they sponsor Stroman Entertainment right there in the back. They sponsor me. He's always in my corner. The guy practically do anything for me, and likewise, I do the same thing. And of course, shouts out to Polite Johnny's and everybody that works over there. Shouts out to Patty Lang, who also works there to help out. It's Johnny's wife. Taylor Mills. Catch him. He's probably working 3-4 days a week or more. Tim Ladard, he's also helping out over there. Shouts out to Warren Dawson. He runs the Polak Johnnies. He is the man. And you can go buy Polak Johnny's packages in your local stores. Wise's, Gersbeck's, Giants. They're all over the place. So we are moving. We're moving at a pretty steady pace. We love it. There's the address there, scrolling on the bottom. 7216 North Point Road in Edgemere. You can call. They do Uber Eats. Okay. That's what it looks like. Polak Johnny's. Shouts out to my man Jay Robertson in the UK. He created all this great stuff. The posters you see in the back, that's all his designs. Excuse me, I got a little sniffles here, but yeah, man. And thanks for everybody that tuned in to watch the show this evening. Appreciate you all for taking time out of your evening to pay attention to me for a little while. So that's it. I'm going to close this show out. I appreciate you all. Y'all make sure y'all have a good rest of your week. Love you and see you on the next show. Good night.